So what's up, Eric? Can you tell us a little bit of what you do, and how did you start doing this?
Well, at first, 3 months ago, it was Thanksgiving. I've been seeing so many videos of polishing because I always watch truck restoration videos, and I thought to myself, that should be a good idea to me become a polisher. So, in order to save enough money and for future projects, when it comes to keeping aluminum and stainless shiny, you gotta polish at your own hands, save enough money because every time, whenever I go to shops, whenever they're on their way to polish a wheel, it costs like $800 just for each rim. And I figured, why not spend myself like almost $200 on my Makita tools, my buffing pads, and my rug bars, and become a polisher. Even though I don't own a business yet, but I'm just doing it for fun.
Right. Like you're starting your business from home. Well, or you don't consider it as a business yet. Like, are you doing it for a hobby, for fun, or are you doing it for for living? Why are you doing this for?
I'm doing it for fun. I'm doing this for myself because in the future, when I become a truck driver, I want to own myself my own truck, just like my dad, and take over the truck that he owns.
Excuse me that I interrupt you, but your dad, he's a trucker, right?
Yes, sir.
When I announced it, I thought you were the trucker, so I kind of make it look like if you were the trucker. Can you explain to people that you have drive what you have done with the trucks, but you're on process of Can you explain to people a little bit of what you're gonna do with that?
Well, I'm in a process of polishing like usual. My goal is to get to know how to repair the engines because CARB is causing all the older trucks to go away from California, and they have a new system for diesel trucks. And when I start college, on the other hand, I want to learn how to fix them under my own touch.
When you go into the college, what do they make you study? Is it part of polishing or something else?
It's something else. Something else when it comes to repairing trucks.
Can you explain to people what is that they're gonna teach you in the college? What is the step that you're gonna do before you get your license, right?
That's correct. And a degree.
But what are you gonna do? What is the process of doing that? If you could tell us a little bit.
Well, when it comes to going to college, you got to learn the basics, which is naming the components that goes on an engine. Then semester by semester, you learn something new to use its simulators and all that. When it comes to repairing an engine, fix it like brand new.
So let's say, for example, somebody brings you back to polishing, right? Somebody brings you some. Can you polish any type of tires, or just you dedicate yourself to just do trucking?
I can polish so many materials, but mostly if it's aluminum and stainless steel, I go for the polishing. No matter if it's a truck or not, I'm still gonna be happy enough to polish.
For example, let's say I don't know, Joe, right? Joe goes down there. It doesn't exist, but I'm just saying Joe goes to he gives you a call, right?
Okay.
Hey Eric, can you polish my rims, right? My rims, not tires. The tires are the. I sound so stupid when I say that, but the rims, right? When I say that, can you polish my rims? Will you charge them, or do you do it for free? What do you? That's my question. Do you do this for a living, or do you charge? What do you do?
I do this as a hobby.
Okay.
Doing it for fun. You see, if he gives me a call to polish his wheels, I'll be happy enough to do it for him, for Joe. And if he gives me a good price, I'll be happy to do it too, because I don't want to be like other polishers that they give out outrageous prices. That's pretty much it.
Right, like in the business, you never give out a price because somebody can match your prices, right?
That's correct.
What do you think on this business? You think people play fair nowadays? They don't, right?
They do not.
Because a lot of people criticize small businesses why they don't put their price out there when they sell beats. They sell, I don't know, like me that I do podcasts, or you that you do polishing. They ask me why you don't put your price out there, because competition would always try to match that price. That's why me I'm known, like, I don't know how you do it, but like me, like my podcast is known for free of charge. For 1 month, they get a month free. They get to, use but that's in San Bernardino. Right now, as you see, I'm renting an office. I don't even have my roadcaster with me or anything like that. I do it in San Bernardino. But you, like, what are your, like, do you charge? That's my question. Like, can you let people know, like, you charge or you do it for free?
In the meantime, I'm doing it for free.
Okay. So pretty much you're doing it for free. Why? Because you want to learn, or you want to learn more, or why?
Because I want to learn, like I said, keeping things shining, like brand new, instead of buying new wheels at outrageous prices.
When you say that word on prices, what do you think is a fair price for polishing when they already have a little more experience?
Well, I go for like around $100, somewhere around there. I don't want to go out very outrageous.
Right. When you mean very outrageous, see, I make mistakes too. Very outrageous. What are you trying to, like, some people they're not going to understand what you're trying to say. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you say arrangement, what are you trying to say with that?
Because we usually see polishing shops, and they cost you double the price, like around $800.
Like ripping off, right?
That's correct.
They rip you off. That's what you're trying to say. Like, they rip you off. It's like me. I've seen some podcasters. 75 is all right, but I see them trying to charge 100 and something. But they have an office like mine. Like, even though it's temporary, they rent a small office. Like, for example, I'm not going to give out names. No offense to Kill Radio. They were charging, when I was in Kill Radio, everybody knows I was in Kill Radio, they used to charge me $50 or $55 a month, which was good for a place like this. My place looks a little more cleaner because I rent Regis offices, but it wasn't safe out there. It was on Beverly Hills in Vermont, in Koreatown. A lot of homeless people there, a lot of things. They used to go in there sometimes. That's why I left Cure Radio. But today my point is, we're talking about small businesses. They didn't survive due to that the owner, they were renting the place, right? They were renting the location, and the owners changed. The owner didn't want that anymore in there. Mm-hmm. That's why I think it's better to just rent a little office. You don't have to bring big speakers or nothing like that. Like, you can just do an interview like this. What do you think about small businesses, or will you ever consider opening a shop? Will you do it from home, or will you do it when you rent a location? Knowing how things are right now with the pandemic, the COVID-19 thing, what is your thoughts about that? What will you do?
What I would do is that as months goes by and I'm getting so many experiencing of polishing, my goal is to open myself a small business just for myself, polishing many kinds of cars, trucks.
It froze. I'm gonna do it from the phone. Yeah. Sorry, we got the audio. Sorry guys, we're gonna go a little off air. But meanwhile, you're gonna hear the audio. Can you keep telling us about that, please?
Well, my goal is to open a small business of polishing. I mean, I want to do it for myself. Right. Because I'm becoming a first generation who does polishing, because everywhere we go, we usually see people using mothers and all that. And the more you use mothers with the wax on, wax off with your hands, it'll cause blister in your hands. So after so many polishing videos and all that, I figured, hey, that's an easy tool.
So pretty much, like my question is like, will you start it from home though? Will you start your polishing business from home, or will you just get a location?
I started my polishing at home.
That's what you would do?
Yes, sir.
Because you're gonna be spending a lot of money on a location, and you don't even know if it's gonna be success, right?
That's correct.
Exactly. That's why everybody, like, when I started on pretty much on my house, dude, on the home. I started on Kill Radio.
Mm-hmm.
I was working for Bennett. Hooked me up. Actually, Big O, the one that I have interviews with him before. Big O is the one that got me to Kill Radio, and that's when the show really started. Like when people started to know me. Oh, look, he's doing radio shows. I wasn't even showing my face. I wasn't even showing my face. I wasn't even showing my face on air or nothing. It was just pretty much audio. Mm-hmm. Kind of like what I'm doing right now, but I put a little bit of video out there on YouTube. If I could get a professional camera guy, I would probably do it. Like, remember when I used to have I don't know if you ever watched my videos on cameras right here. It looks like you're looking the other way when you're recording. It looks like you're looking the other way, like you're supposed to look at the camera.
The light is.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I know, but it's okay. People know that. It's okay. But yeah, like I was telling you, like, so your opinion is start from home, right?
Yeah, start from home.
Start from home. That's what I did, and I got lucky because my shit was like it was not even gonna be podcast. It was just gonna be I was a rapper, bro. I was rapping. I was doing singing. You know, as you know, I was doing security. I was doing security too. I'm still doing security, but now I got more into like as you see, I got my roadcaster now. I got my own little office now that I booked. Back then, I used to work for somebody, and I got tired of working for somebody. That's my question to you. Like, you get tired. Excuse me. You get tired of working for somebody, right?
That's correct.
And if you don't mind, how much money do you guys save up?
Like around $1,000.
But that's not gonna get. Well, that's gonna get you. Will that get you started, or no?
Not really.
Not really. How much money do you think they need for those that want to start a business?
You need double than $1,000.
Double than $1,000?
That's correct. Double than that.
Okay, my next question is gonna be like your trips like that you had your experience on the trucks. Hold on. The experience on the trucks. How far have you traveled with the? I know you done trucking before. With your dad, right? Your
That's
dad.
right.
Remember you said you want to talk about your dad?
Mm-hmm.
En los troques, like you're your dad, tú tu papá, right?
That's correct.
Cuando empezaron, ¿cómo empezaron? Like, how did you guys start?
Yeah, we started hauling containers from the port, and we would go locally, then all the way up north around the Bakersfield area. Then there comes a time that he did some intermodal, which is also picking up containers from BNSF and Union Pacific, and then
Union Pacific ain't paying me, but okay, you can mention them. You can mention them. We're not promoting them,
okay.
But okay, I get what you're trying to say. Like, pretty much you travel. My question is like, how far have you traveled? Like, you started locally, right?
Yes, sir.
When you first went out of state, what was your first state that you visited?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Wow, but you've been there way before you became a trucker. Come on, talk about like you never been there before.
I've always been to Vegas.
But I'm talking about like the first state that you traveled that you never been there before.
Just California.
No, that you never been there before.
I don't know.
Like you were born in California, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so you're always here. Well, I'm trying to say, like, on the state, like, which state have you never been there that you went down there? What do you? You're talking about your first state that you went there.
Las Vegas, Nevada. Nevada.
When you first Okay. So your only state that you've been is Las Vegas, right? You never been to Arizona. You never been to, like, I'm talking about in the trucking side.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it, Las Vegas, right? When you went to Las Vegas, what were you guys doing? What were you guys transporting with?
We were transporting soil to a golf yard.
To a golf yard. What was the name of the golf yard?
Shadow Creek.
Oh, Shadow Creek. You guys used to do that for that golf. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And when you guys, what is your experience like? Did you like it, or can you tell us a little bit about your adventures, if you can remember?
Oh, good question. When it comes to adventures, going to Nevada, anywhere on the interstate, for me, I always have a joy of taking pictures of good-looking trucks that are out there on the interstate, playing some 80s music and trucking songs.
And trucking songs, right?
That's correct.
So, what kind of trucking songs will you play on your way? On the road, when sometimes at night it's all dark. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of music will you play?
I would play some country music, like we all know, "On the Road Again" by Willie Nelson, and I'll be playing some 80s music as well that I find it much catchy while going on the road.
I'm going on the road. Now back to polishing. On your polishing, why you don't create a YouTube channel? You don't have a YouTube channel yet, right?
No, not yet.
So why you haven't created a YouTube channel?
Good question. Well, the reason is I kind of suck when it comes to making an intro, making a video perfect, because I don't have any cameras nor GoPros like you guys have, so it's just me and my phone.
I started with a phone, bro. I started with a phone. Now there's cameras on phones. That's why I was telling you. I wasn't telling you. I was advising you. That to start a YouTube channel, because I started with a phone. And sometimes the GoPros, they lag, bro. They lag a lot. Sometimes when they overheat, they lag. So it's better to have a camera, like a real camera.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better, like with Ronnie Gray and don't tell me his name. ER, he was here. ER and Ronnie Gray, they were here. We had the camera, the real camera, the Sony camera, but carrying that thing on the way down here, it's a pain in the ass, man. It's a pain in the ass. Like, I'm not gonna carry all those. As you see, we don't got the roadcaster today.
That's true.
But it's funny because I said it was gonna be my last interview right here in Commerce, because I was not gonna come back. But look, I'm here. I am again interviewing you.
Welcome to Commerce.
Well, yeah, this is my hometown. I'm advising you that to start a YouTube channel, because anything else that you want to upgrade to the podcast?
Well, just a little heads up when it comes to if you want to start your own polishing business or a hobby, you got to check out the old videos of polishing, get to know what machine to use, whether it's Makita or DeWalt. Find the good products you could think of that helps you, like whether it's Zephyr polishing or Renegade products, because I've always used Zephyr polishes. I've seen a couple of my friends who are truck drivers that use Zephyr.
Where can they find where can they find those tools? Any store you recommend around LA?
Well, it's kind of hard to find them when it comes to Zephyr Renegade, because we usually see Makita and DeWalt's, the angle grinders at Home Depots, any hardware stores. But when it comes to finding the buffing pads and the rogue bars for your polishing, you will need to go to a truck, Chrome Chrome truck shops like Harbor Truck Supplies and Magic Truck Supply. They're just right there on Washington Boulevard off the 710. That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. All right, well, that's it for today, or anything. That's why you don't got anything else to say.
Be careful once we start polishing because
Well, I thought you were gonna tell him be careful what I'll tell you when he invites you to the podcast. Nah, he's just messing around.
Be careful when you start polishing because every time, whenever you're using buffing pads, there's a center plate that it could cut people's fingers. I've seen it on so many polisher videos, so always carry a safety flange.
You're gonna end up like this. No finger. Nah, just messing.
That's pretty much it.
Pretty much it. All right, so that's it for today.